Shalom, brothers and sisters. Your brother ISRAELITES from the Northern Kingdom, bringing some edification for you Negro, Latino, and Indigenous who are the biblical Israelites. And before we start, we want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, Barakakadash. That Yahweh, being the name of the Lord, not Jehovah, or God, or Yah, or Rahaya, it's Yahweh, the creator of all, the Ancient of Days. Bahasham is in the name of, and Yahweh Shai is the one God is called Jesus, or the Christ, English speaking. And we give double honors to elders in GMS who we learned this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down in the highways and byways, giving the 100% truth. Shalom to you. And shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, the Bakar in the Hebrew, the house of David being rebuilt as we speak. Shalom to you. And shalom to the speckled birds who are among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations, but return to the house of Israel and are being edified by these videos. Shalom to you. The date today is August 25th of 2025, our hopeful year of salvation and the destruction of the nation of Edom. So we speak a lot about the fall of America, the destruction of Mystery Babylon or Virgin Daughter of Babylon, which is America. And you might hear like, here we go again, a broken record. But the Lord says that we're going to continue this until the end, until we can't do it no more. So yes, we are going to be repeating and talking about this over and over and over. But in this lesson, I want you to hear a professional, an economist, an American economist talking about the fall of America. See? Nobody gives a shit what we say, but when the rich man talks, the man with the money, the white man talks, everybody shuts up. So this is what we're pointing at. We're telling you this is going to happen. Our elders told you this is going to happen, but it's hard to see when you're living your life and everything around you is going well, and you have food in your refrigerator, and your next check is coming in. It's hard for you to even imagine anything like this. But during time of recessions and when hard times come, then you can start seeing it, okay? But before we start, I'm going to declare this fair use. It's called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which does not infringe on copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Okay, so this is not my video, but I'm going to comment on this video and this brother's channel. This is GMS Keep Pushing, okay? So this brother, I put this video out. I thought it was a very good video. And again, like you said, this has nothing to do with us. This is a so-called white man saying what we've been saying for 10 years plus, right? And I've been in this truth maybe 13, 14, something around years. Our elders have been selling this for 30 years, okay? And their teachers since the 1960s. So you understand that this has been pushed. This is Hebrew Israelite truth that comes from the scriptures. But again, when you don't read the scriptures, you can't understand the scriptures. You don't do the law, statutes, commandments. It's far. Your lips. It's all lip service. Your heart is far away from this. So this man is gonna let it tell you as it is happening, right? Because that's how Rome fell too. You could not tell a Roman that Rome was going to fall. And Rome fell with a great applause. Okay? Because everybody was at the Colosseums, but there was no more grain in the silos. There was no more gold and silver for the soldiers to be paid. And just like that, Rome fell. And this is what's going to happen to America. Okay? So let's hear it from a professional. And from an Edomite, a so-called white man, right?
Put the Seventh Fleet in the South China Sea isn't going to change that. The American Empire is over. We're done.
And this is how the video starts. It's done. It's over. I didn't say it, right? This is somebody that is a professional economist telling you, and he's an American telling you that that's it. It's over, Rover. Okay? It is over, Esau. Your kingdom is done. And he's going to explain it.
About 12, 15 years ago, and we are on a down, and it's very hard for the American people, which I understand. I am one. It's hard to get your head around that. We've had a century of on the way up, which is a lot more fun than on the way down. But it does happen to every empire. We're only the latest. Look at the British, how far they've fallen. We're in that process. So the problem with the trickle down is, yeah, there might be more jobs, but they're going to be created in China. They're going to be created in...
Ooh, you hear that? Yeah, there's going to be more jobs, but they're going to be in China. They're going to be in Brazil. They're going to be in India. Why? Because of the BRICS system, right? The G7, the NATO, that's the past. It's done. This man is explaining this to you, to those people that are hard of hearing, to understand that the days that America leading, that NATO in power, that's coming to an end.
Brazil. They're going to be created in India. They're not created here. The best electric vehicles in the world right now, but by uniform global agreement, are produced by something called the BYD Corporation.
Okay, so I know a lot of you have never even heard of BYD. Okay, BYD is a conglomerate company in China who make the best electric Chinese vehicles in the world. They started making buses first, but they've been doing that for more than 20 years, and now they're making smart electric vehicles cheaper than Teslas. You're like, I never heard of that. Well, you're never gonna see one either, because they put a 27% tariff on these vehicles, so they cannot compete. They cannot come to the United States because they're gonna be more expensive than a Tesla. Okay? So this man is going to explain that this company is a global company selling these cars all over the world but America. Okay?
They make the best quality, cheapest electric car and truck. You don't see them anywhere in the United States. Why not? Because Mr. Trump put a 27% tariff on them, and Mr. Biden raised it to 100%.
And people will be forced to buy U.S. stuff.
Right.
Which then creates U.S. jobs, which again stimulates the economy.
All right, let me be the economist. Okay?
You know, Jake think he knows something. He's like, hey, that's creating American jobs. We're buying American. Yes. But if that's, remember, this is a capitalist country. We want the best for cheap. So is Tesla the best vehicle on the planet? No. It's not the cheapest either. Remember, the first vehicles were over 200,000. Then 70,000. So they're not the cheapest vehicles around. But BYD could make the same vehicle, a smarter vehicle, cheaper at around 50,000 or even 44,000. So why they don't want to let these cars in? Because they will destroy these electric companies here in the United States, and GM and Dodge and all these other companies. Done. Later. Bye. Okay, he's explaining this.
Good for the Tesla company. I'm sure it's purely coincidence. And GM and Ford and the others. Good. And they'll maybe be able to hold on to some jobs. Good. But now let's follow the bouncing ball. That's my job as an economist. If you take the...
You hear that? That's my job as an economist. This is a professional. This is a person that studies the economy, the ups and downs, the Jones, everything, right? And he shows and looks at trends and what's going to happen in 10 years and what just happened in 2008. All this is being factored in, and he's explaining to Jake, right? This is over, Rover.
United States, together with the other G7 countries. That used to be the dominant bloc of the world. Right? The United States, let's just enumerate them so everybody knows. Canada, Japan.
Right, the G7 were the biggest countries that created the most money, the biggest military, and so on and so forth. They gather every couple of years, right? They just gathered not too long ago here in the United States. The G7 are the biggest powerful nations in the world, and he's showing you who they are.
Germany, France, Italy, and Britain. Okay? The G7. I'm going to add up all the GDP, gross domestic product, total output of goods.
GDP is how much money you make. So he's going to add all them numbers together of all those 7 countries, because that's known as the G7, which is a competition of China, Brazil, and India is called the BRICS system. And you're going to see what's going to happen.
Services of all of those 7 countries, U.S. and its major allies. And now I'm going to compare it to the gross added up GDPs of China and its allies, known now as the BRICS. You add up the United States, about 28% of world output. You add up China and the BRICS, it's 35% of the world output. We aren't the wealthiest bloc in the world. We're number 2, and that's new.
You hear that? Number 2. You're a big dude. You're a big dookie. America's the number 2. Alright? We're no longer number 1. You remember, USA. USA. That shit's over with. It's done with. Nobody wants to come here. Nobody wants to come to a place, a shithole fucking country where people are sleeping on the streets and shit like that. And shitting on the sidewalks. Nobody wants to come here. Okay? We're number 2. They're going downhill slowly. And this man is explaining that for those of you that have wax buildup.
And that changes everything, Bob. And you can rattle your sabers all over the board. You put the 7th Fleet in the South China Sea, isn't going...
See? So all these moves that Trump is doing, I'm going to send the military to Venezuela, and it ain't going to do shit. It's still going to come to the end of America. Remember, America's been in check, as in check for the last 10 years. It's going to be checkmate here pretty soon. There's only so many moves you can make in the checkerboard. When you're in check, you can move so far, but then it's going to be checkmate, which means it's game over. Game over. America is done, destroyed, done. So understand that.
To change that, you've got to come to terms with that, but we are led by people who don't want to do that, because nobody wants to be the politician who has to explain to the people it's over.
It's over. Esau, it is over. It's easy. We've been telling this for a long time, but here a so-called Edomite, a so-called white man, a professional economist, is telling you what we've been saying, what the scriptures has been written for thousands of years. And let's read it. Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust. Get down low, bitch. O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. Remember, America, they're wealthy, they're in a throne. No. Now they're coming to the ground, which means powerless. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Remember the great whore. Take the millstone and grind. That means get to work, bitch. You know, slavery, it's coming. Uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thighs, pass over the rivers, right? Because when a woman in the ancient days would cross a river, she would hike up her dress. But when doing so, you're exposing everything. And what's happening right now, America's being exposed. Slavery against what happened to the Negros, Latinos, and the Lord is allowing the world to see America's wickedness, Babylon's wickedness. And America don't want to see this reflection. It's ugly bitch, and she don't want to see it. Thy nakedness, the truth is being exposed. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Okay? Let's get another verse to support this. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now the Creator in the day of thy youth. Remember when you were young, when you were introduced to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, while the evil days come not. Because come the evil days, if you're not on the roster, if you're not of the elect, forget about it. Okay? You might as well jump out a window. You might as well, whatever you want to do. Because the Lord is not going to protect you. Okay? Well, brother, I'm a Christian, a Baptist. The Lord ain't here to protect no Christians or Baptists or Catholics or anything like that. He's only protecting the elect of the nation of Israel and no one else. while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, right? Because there's going to be a time when Book of Joel, the darkness is coming. We're going to get a blood moon here in September. Coming up, brothers and sisters, all right? So these are the signs of heavens. Read the Joel, right? The darkening of the skies, everything like this. This is what we're talking about. Be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day, now that's going to explain this. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. See, these people are trembling now. This politician, this economist is trembling to tell his people, to tell the elites, it's over, Rover. Okay? In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease. No more work. It's done. Because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And this is what's about to happen, brothers and sisters. And the doors shall be shut in the streets. Isn't all these nightclubs going out of business? All these businesses going out of business, restaurants and all that. Look in New York City. Done. Out of there. Nobody's there. When the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. That's the end, brothers and sisters, all right? Read what that. The writing is on the wall. The elephant is in the room, but nobody wants to talk about it. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets, right? Because America is becoming a police state, okay? And there's nothing no one can do about it. Or ever the silver cord be loosened, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern, right? Because what happens if the wheel is broken at the cistern? There's no more water being pumped. Nobody's going to be hydrated. No, the plants are going to be there. Everything's going to be dead. Nobody can drink water. That's coming to an end. The society's coming to an end, right? Remember, the Mayans knew. The Mayans, Aztecs knew that their end was close. The Purepecha Native Americans, they knew the end was close. What did they do? They put on backpacks full of stones and jumped in the lake and called it a day. It's an end for you as a people. Okay, 1492 was the end for the Native Americans. Okay, that was prophecy, and that's in Deuteronomy 28:49. Okay, that was prophecy. The end of those people were coming down. And now it's the end of America. It's the end of these people, the Edomites. Let's get one more verse, brothers and sisters, and understand that this is all prophecy. This day would come. And we've been waiting for this day. The Lord has been waiting for this day. So this is Ezra's asking the angel, when will be the time of the end? 2 Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times? When's the end of the world? Or when shall be the end and the first and the beginning of it that followeth? The kingdom of heaven. He's asking when the kingdom of heaven is going to come. Then he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born at him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, right? So this is a symbolic gesture. You can read about it in Genesis 25 and 25, that when Esau came out first, Jacob was holding on to his heel, all right? And that's a wrestling move, a heel lock, okay? So when they were fighting in the womb and he comes out, Jacob is holding on to the heel, all right? Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world. The so-called white man, his end is here. Okay? When the Lord comes back, what nation is going to be ruling? The Roman Empire again, as said in the book of Daniel, which are the Edomites, the Caucasian people, are the Idumeans. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the kingdom of heaven that's coming. But this world, this age, this ion, okay, this age has to pass. This world has to be destroyed for our world to begin. Okay, is it a coincidence they're bringing out all these movies, right? Silver Surfer, the destroyer of the worlds, even what this scientist said. He quoted the Mahabharata that once they created the bomb, he said that he was the destroyer of worlds. Okay, don't you understand? The Silver Surfer was destroying these worlds for his master, right? What was the other movie? He had the 4 horsemen, right? He was giving them power, and then they turned on him. That's basically what the Messiah coming to destroy this world is the same thing, the same concept, okay? But these people are going to want to fight. That's why they have this Space Force. They're going to fight, but they're going to be thrown down. It's going to be a joke, okay? You have to understand that these people are a joke. And this world, this has been the most evil kingdom there is. And the Lord gave it to the basis of man. Why? Because you Israelites became proud. Okay, the whole story of you Israelites, look at the movie Thor. You got proud. You thought you have everything. But what happened? His father took away his power. He just became a regular person. And then he had to humble himself to find his true meaning, his faith. Because we're going to have to walk by faith. So that's... Again, that movie explains the nation of Israel, how we're going to have to walk by faith. And that's all that Abraham had. Okay, our forefathers had. That we're going to have to walk by faith once again before we receive the kingdom of heaven. So there it is, brothers and sisters, from the mouth of the horse himself, the Edomites, the Idumeans, the end of the world. It is over. Okay?
We peaked about 12, 15 years ago, and we are on a down. And it's very hard for the American people, which I understand. I am one. It's hard to get your head around that. We've had a century of on the way up, which is a lot more fun than on the way down. It does happen to every empire. We're only the latest. Look at the British, how far they've fallen. We're in that process. So the problem with the trickle down is, there might be more jobs, but they're going to be created in China. They're going to be created in Brazil. They're going to be created in India. They're not created here. The best electric vehicles in the world.
All right, so there you go, brothers and sisters. The end. There's nothing that can be said. There's nothing that could bring this back. Remember, they try to heal Babylon and it cannot be healed. So that the end is Esau, the end of the world. Call Halag Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Barakatham Rakakadash, and he that have ears let him hear. Shalom.